Hello YouTube, this is Galway Yu-Gi-Oh here, and I am back with my playthrough, or my walkthrough, my beginner's guide of Dark Souls 3. This is part 3, and yeah, in the last episode, I keep saying calling him episode, in the last part, we've got through the first part of the High Wall of Lothar. We've gotten to this first bonfire, well, the first bonfire after the first bonfire. We've gotten to the first checkpoint of the area, you know what I mean? But it is the second bonfire, technically. We rested here. We had a lot of trouble with this knight, but we did beat the Mimic pretty easily beforehand, so I guess that's 50-50. You know, I can't be bad all of the time, I guess. Gotta be careful with these guys, because we've no shield, which is the real killer here, because in the first area you really like a shield. And we do get a shield in this area, a 100% physical reduction shield, quite a good one. But, it won't be till after we've killed these enemies. Okay, quickly avoid that guy. Oh, and he falls down. He did drop something, and I would be inclined to go down there and check what it is, but I know they don't have anything good on there. Drop tables, other than daggers, which are not a very good weapon, actually. We won't be going down there anyways, because down there are 2 locked doors, and we don't have the key for either of them yet. One of them we'll get in this area, the other we will not. Quickly walk over here and stop this ambush, or at least try stop it. Oh, looks like you weren't fast enough and his buddy showed up. Make sure you try and get as many backstabs as possible. It kind of, you're invincible when you're in the motion, so you kind of get a minute or a few seconds of breathing room, you know, between backstabs. Over here there's actually a very powerful enemy, one that can kill me and even you, but me even, quite easily. So you gotta be pretty careful. Just throw a couple of fire bombs to stun him and do some damage. Quickly kill this crystal lizard, which will drop the raw gem for you. And this guy still has an aggro on me simply because probably there's a big roof in his way. So we can take advantage of that and go up and attack him right now. But he will probably 1 to 2 hit me. He'll definitely 2 hit me if I'm not careful. But I might survive one. Very difficult to beat those guys, especially early on, just because they do so much damage. But not only that, they're also kind of hard to see past because of their wavy kind of motions. They've like 4 or 5 limbs, and it can be really daunting for a new player, you know, to deal with that. You don't know what the hell is going on. Got those black fire bombs, very useful item. And yeah, up here there's a shortcut down, but I won't wait. I will go over there, if only to stop this guy firing at me. And to, you know, gotta be careful. We can avoid the crossbow bolts rather easily, but this knife wielding guy could hit us and then lock us into getting hit by the crossbow bolt. Longsword is a very, very powerful weapon, although probably not as good as these dual dex swords, simply because we've leveled dex a bit more. And yes, I am totally casual. That's a Dark Souls 1 reference. I keep getting hit too. I gotta cut that out. I'm going to Ember pretty soon as well, so I can take a couple more hits. Embering, is, by the way, is this. You turn into your Embered mode. You get fire on your body, and you pretty much get 30% more health while it's up. It also heals you to full when you Ember, but that's why I used it there. But the 30% extra health is going to help us with the next enemy, who, in all honesty, I have no idea how I'm going to beat him, except by equipping the longsword. I think I'll equip the longsword right now in my offhand slot. Yeah, there we go. That way I can use this shield. And let me just quickly check the longsword again. I just want to know which one of it's... Okay, one stance. Okay, so R1 plus the stance. Yeah. He's kind of got me stuck. So that's not really fair. These guys are real toughy. At least these are the enemies I struggle with most, mainly because the shields. And they just recover so fast. There we go. That's why I use the longsword, so I can get a guard break. But I won't ever need that longsword again, because as soon as we get the next shield, we'll be able to use, we'll be able to beat shield enemies a lot easier, because we can just block against them, you know? We can block when they attack, they block when we attack, but we can beat them just because their AI won't be as good as our brains, hopefully. So there's this one guy right here, and you gotta be careful, because he does that. He does chase you for a bit, but if you just run past him, you should be fine. There's an item over here, broadsword, pretty good weapon too. You could choose to use that. By the way, you can choose any weapon you want. The build I'm using is not the best build. It's actually a build I wanted to build. It's by no means the best build. In fact, the best build is probably a boring old longsword plus shield build. There's some really good longswords in this game, and there's some really good shields. If this guy could stop, wow. I did get perma-stun knocked right there into a stupid combo by a stupid enemy that I'd really got no way of getting out of without a shield to parry him or to block him. I could have rolled away, but I think I would have died anyways. But no worries, we're back here. A bit embarrassing, but you know, whatever. It's Dark Souls. You can't be embarrassed for dying in Dark Souls. Even I die all the time. I've no shame in admitting that. In fact, I was watching another noob's walkthrough from one of my favorite uploaders earlier on today, and he died like 4 times in the very first episode. Getting to not even as far as I was here. And I certainly think he's probably better at the game than I am, so yeah, it can happen to anyone. And that's why in Dark Souls you should not feel like you're not able to beat anything. You should never give up on the game simply because you die a lot, because everyone does. That's the point. You get better. Except if you're me, I just get worse. Okay, be careful with these guys. They are a pain in the bottom. Especially when they team up with another enemy. At least I get to cut some videos together, so I have to do some actual editing. So this video will probably be a bit longer than the previous couple. Okay, this guy is not really feeling the vibe of, you know, fighting. There we go. You can do plunging attacks by dropping from a higher, what's the word? Higher platform than your opponent, I guess. I don't have the right words for this. Oh, I got lucky there. These are not fun to fight. Whoa. Okay, hopefully we can get this halberd guy up here alone. Oh wow, he got some reach, yo. And he also hits behind him for some reason, but whatever. We're not going to be upset about that. We're just going to continue on and hopefully get this guy right here. Backstab. I'm so thankful for that backstab. We did get a shield up in the box above, and I'm going to equip that. It does weigh a lot more than this one, but it's got a lot better... well, it actually doesn't, oddly enough. It's got a lot worse, but it does have the physical 100, which is what you want. It's in fact the only thing you want, you know, that blocks 100, and you also get to do this when you press R2 with it, although not exactly useful in most combat situations. In fact, I'm sure it would probably get you killed if you'd done that in most combat situations. Cell key, that's one of the keys to below the tower on the wall bonfire that we were at just recently. Strange. I'm not sure where that's coming from. I think it was the enemy we killed earlier. I did not kill him this time because there's no point. Got the one hit on that guy. Gotta be careful though, because we've only got one Estus left. I do want to equip the rapier though, because I think it's going to be a lot better of a dex weapon than the current one we have. You can pretty easily kill this guy, as I'm demonstrating just by chain backstabbing him, but yeah, just keep circling around him until you get a shot at his back, and then take it immediately. It's just so good, that damage. And as you can see, we're kind of circling around to another area we've not been to before. But as you see up there, we're circling around to where we fought the giant abyss demon, which is the guy with all the black shit on him and the red eyes. That is where we could have dropped down. You see, that's where we got an item. And over there, through that archway, is a ladder down from where we fought the two guys and the ambush with the crossbows. Okay, thankfully we've got this new weapon, so we can use a shield and block this guy behind us when he comes up. Or not. Oh, certainly not. I guess he just doesn't want to play today. Either way, you can come up here and you can get this one item here, which is a soul packet. But over here is actually a ring of sacrifice. And for me, this is something I never use. But for new players, it could really help. What it does is pretty much, if you die, you don't lose anything. You don't lose your souls. Nothing like that. And if you've already died and your souls are out there and you want to get your souls back, you can put the ring on. And what will happen is, if you die on your way to getting your souls won't disappear. Really helpful. Longsword again. Wow, I've never seen that drop from them, but I guess it does drop when you don't want it. Usually I never want it anyways, because I always start with a class that doesn't need it. Either the knight, which already has it, or the warrior, which is the battle axe, which I usually prefer when I'm playing the warrior class anyways. These enemies right here are super difficult with the rapier, because you can't actually swing, you can only thrust. We did get one bonfire, one Estus flask back because we killed that enemy. It happens randomly. But there we go. That thrusting attack worked out. There we go. And all dead. Okay, now we can continue up here, and you might be wondering, where does this lead us? And it's actually a shortcut to the very first bonfire in the level. So as you can see, the entire wall has looped around. We're actually at the very beginning of the first bonfire. We do have to kill a few enemies first, but yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna run. By run I mean like skip all of the enemies and run all of the way back up there before I end this episode. We might as well get to a bonfire, you know. These dogs are an absolute pain in the bottom. Where are they? Get your ass out of here. You two. We don't want anything to do with those dogs. Thank you for watching, guys. This is Galway Yu-Gi-Oh! Here, and this is part 3 of my beginner's guide to Dark Souls. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to know anything, I'll leave a comment below. Please like if you like it, and subscribe if you want to see more. Peace out.